Hey there, Amazon sellers. It's Andy Craig here again, your navigator in the vast oceans of Amazon selling. As both an Amazon seller and the owner of AdHabit, an Amazon advertising agency that helps brands scale their ads on Amazon, I've seen it all, the good, the bad, and the costly. In this video, we're going to tackle the big one, how to make your Amazon advertising campaigns stop hemorrhaging money. I'm breaking it down step by step to fine-tune your ads, boost efficiency, and above all, boost profitability while scaling revenue. So if you're ready to cut the fluff, get down to brass tacks, making your PPC campaigns work for you and not against you, you're in the right place. So let's get those campaigns lean, mean, and profitable. So the first step we want to talk about is, what is your ACoS? ACoS stands for advertising cost of sales, and it is your ad spend divided by your ad sales times 100, and it helps us to really measure the efficiency of your ads. Now we're going to figure out, what ACoS do you want? Now, when you're setting a target ACoS, I always go after that break-even ACoS of your product. Now, what is the break-even ACoS and how do you calculate that? So to calculate the break-even ACoS, you need to take your product metrics, like your cost of goods sold from your manufacturer with shipping built into the United States or wherever you're selling. Take that plus your Amazon fees, subtract that from your sales price. Once you get that number, then you can take that number divided by your sales price times 100, and then you're gonna have your break-even ACoS. So go ahead and copy this formula that I put on the screen here, and that'll give you that break-even ACoS number. And like I said, your ACoS is gonna measure that overall ads efficiency. Now, there's a couple different factors you want to do when going after that target ACoS as well, not just the break even, but where are you performing the best? Where are you maximizing your revenue and your profitability? Maybe you want to have above a break even ACoS, maybe you want to have below a break even ACoS. It's all about testing. And with my Amazon advertising agency, AdHabit, we always test. We test it above, we test it below, we test it even further below than that to see what's going to maximize our revenue and maximize our ranking, our profitability, and overall that TACoS number that's right there above me. And you always want to have a target ACoS you're going after when you're optimizing your bids, or it's really hard to figure out what your bid should be because there's nothing to kind of compare it to. And what we actually do at AdHabit is we set up a target ACoS differently across all of our different campaigns. Some campaigns we're really going after ranking, so we're okay to have a higher ACoS on those. Some we're going after our branded search terms. We want a real low ACoS on those campaigns. And some we're just going after that break-even ACoS. Like I said, maybe my profit margins are 50%. Maybe my break-even ACoS is 50. Maybe we want to go a little bit below, maybe 40% ACoS. And once you figure out that break-even ACoS, you want to get inside your campaign manager and start to tweak your campaigns and your bids. So now we're going to talk about how to optimize your campaigns. So now we're going to jump into Seller Central so you have hands-on knowledge on how you can do this yourself. So log into your Seller Central account and do this along with me. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get right in here. We're going to start to look at your campaigns. The first thing you want to do is optimize those campaigns towards a target ACoS. So the first step is optimizing your budgets here. So you want to come over, and I like to sort by spend a lot of the time, but it makes more sense when you're optimizing to sort by an ACoS or a ROAS metric. Now you see, sometimes you don't have that option here. And if you don't see your ACoS and ROAS like I have here, you need to go into columns and customize your columns so you can add those numbers in there. Now what I do is I like to sort by ACoS high to low usually. And once I have that, I want to start to optimize these budgets. So as you're looking here, you have your ACoS here at 320%, 170%, 155%. Now with this specific product, my target ACoS is 60%, but different campaigns may have different, but I'm not going to focus on that right now. So let's say anything above, that 70% target, 60% target, I want to either lower my budgets or leave them alone, depending on if I'm trying to maximize profitability or maximize revenue. So all these ones that are above that, then I'll want to start to possibly lower the budgets, lower the daily budgets, or leave them alone, like I said. So you could always run a filter here. You could filter by ACoS, filter by ROAS to get that done. And then once you get below your target ACoS and you have some really good performing campaigns, you want to do the opposite and you want to start to raise that budget. Now, what I usually do is raise it, by a fixed amount or a percentage, maybe raise it by 20% every single week, but also come in daily and check that you're not running out of budget on some of your best campaigns. So if I'm scrolling down here, not only do I want to go over and raise all the budgets, I want to also make sure I'm not running out of budget. So you see how all these are delivering right here. These ones are out of budget. So I may want to raise these up even more because I'm actually running through my daily budget on very good performing campaigns. You never want to run out of budget on a campaign that's performing really well. Now, one other thing you want to focus on is optimizing campaigns with no ACoS or ROAS whatsoever. Some of them are just going to spend a lot of money and not make sales. So that's when I'm going to go spend high to low. And once I have spend high to low, I want to come over. I could either run a filter out orders equals 0, or just manually take a look and say, okay, do any of these have 0 orders over the last 30 days but spend a lot of money? In this case, no, but sometimes you will run into that. Like this one, it spent $20 and it didn't make any sales. But with this product, I want to give it a little bit more time, especially depending on how many targets in there. But this one is a single keyword campaign that spent $19 and didn't make a sale. Now this one, I probably want to start to lower that budget, probably get inside the target and optimize the bids a little bit, possibly even pause the keywords inside the campaign that are spending a lot of money but not making sales. Now be careful with this, because if you have multiple keywords in the campaign, not all the keywords are bad. So I wouldn't go ahead and pause the entire campaign, get in the search term level, get into the target level, and fix the targets first before you preemptively pause a campaign. So like we've done in previous videos, we're going to jump into this targeting tab so we can optimize all your sponsored products campaigns very quickly. Next thing I want to talk about is which targets do you want to pause, which targets are not working for you whatsoever. So we'll scroll down here, and there's a couple different factors we want to look at. We want to look at the relevancy of the targets, and we also want to look at the performance. Now, like I've said in previous videos, you want to have a conversion rate. What is your PPC conversion rate? To get that, you could take your orders divided by your clicks, then you can get that PPC conversion rate. So let's say you have a 10% conversion rate, which is very common. That means it takes you 10 clicks to get a sale. You do 1 divided by your conversion rate, you could figure out how many clicks does it take you to get a sale. So you're gonna optimize with that 10 number in mind, or whatever your clicks per conversion is. So scrolling over, let's pretend that it's a 10. So what I'm gonna do is right now we're only looking over, looks like the last 30 days, which is good. So what I could do is I could run a filter. We're gonna go clicks greater than, let's go 15, because my normal click limit is about 10. So let's go 15 clicks. Then we're gonna go orders equals 0. So in this case, I don't actually have anything that's greater than 15 clicks with 0 orders. So that is a good thing. That means I don't have a lot of targets that are sitting in here not doing anything, wasting my money. So let's get rid of that filter there. Let's see if there's any super high ACoS ones that have a ton of clicks in here. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sort ACoS high to low like I've done before. And what I'm looking for is where do I have a lot of clicks, a lot of spend, and a high ACoS. It's not really performing well. You see this one only has 1 order, 175% ACoS. That one I'm going to most likely pause, especially if it's a relevant keyword. If my bid is, super high, then I just want to lower the bid. But if it's a regular bid and I'm just converting very terribly for it, it's not super relevant, I want to go ahead and pause that keyword. Now this one here, it's driven 7 orders, and which is a decent amount for this product. 123% ACoS, 7 orders. It is super relevant. In this case, my bid is just a lot higher than my average. So I just want to start lowering my bid. So lower your bid below your cost per click, maybe drop it like 40%, which is a pretty aggressive amount. I think dropping it 40%, we'll get the ACoS where we want it and hopefully won't affect my sales too much. So you want to continue to go through, figure out which ones maybe you want to pause that has a super high ACoS, maybe 1 or 2 orders, and it's just not converting really well, very poor conversion rate, and let's cut out the waste and let the ad spend go towards better performing keywords. Now I want to get into how to optimize all your other targets. So we're going to get rid of this filter here. And now that we got rid of that filter, I'm just going to sort spend high to low. Now the ones that you're spending the most money on are going to have the biggest impact when you make changes. And in this video, because I'm mainly talking about cutting back wasted ad spend, I'm not going to go over optimizing all your targets in the process of doing that, because I've gone through that in many other videos now. So what you want to do is start to look at the performance, look at the orders, look at the spend, and start to figure out, which ones do you really need to order to bring down the ACoS, right? So these ones have a lot of spend as we're going through. Say I have a 50% ACoS here. A lot of these are decent performers, 123%. That's the same one we hit earlier. I do want to drop that one. We may have already done that. Continue to scroll through, look for any high spend ones like 68% ACoS right there. I'm probably going to need to drop that. So, getting control of these as they start to spend your money. Now you want to go through every single week and make sure you're keeping an eye on this wasted ad spend. This is something my team does on a daily basis. We go through our accounts. If we see anything is just out of the ordinary, starting to spend a ton of money, not making any sales, we want to quickly get in, look at the history of that keyword. If it's a new keyword that's just taken off spending a ton of money, we want to quickly lower the bids or possibly pause it if it's just hemorrhaging cash. All right, so scroll through. Figure out ones like 114% ACoS. This one's not performing well. We want to start to drastically lower the bids on all these. And obviously all the ones that are performing well, you're going to raise the bids. But like I said, we've gone through that in other videos. This video is about cutting back wasted ad spend. So go through, lower the bids on the high ACoS, poor performing keywords. Now the next step we want to go through is adding negative keywords. So you're going to go into your discovery campaigns, like your broad, like you can see here. You have broad, you have phrase, you're going to have some autos in here. Those are discovery campaigns. Those campaigns we want to get into the search term report and start to add some negative keywords. So you're going to jump into your campaign, open up your ad group. Once you have the ad group open, you're going to click on that search terms field here. Now we do this using bulk files. It's a lot faster. I suggest to download your search term report. You go into these measuring and reporting, sponsored ad reports, download your search term report summary of the last 30 days. But we're going to do this inside campaigns, so you're going to need to jump into each individual campaign in your campaign manager. What I like to do, like I said, always sort spend high to low. If I have any ones that are driving a super high ACoS, I want to get those first. Whereas a super high ACoS, maybe 78% is a little high. Maybe I want to add that one as a negative, possibly, depending on my target ACoS. Now, for my discovery campaigns, I like to run a little bit lower ACoS. So let's say my ACoS target is 50%. In my discovery, maybe I want to do like a 30 or 40% target ACoS. So 80% is a bit high. It only drove 2 orders. I want to possibly add this one as a negative, so I can click add as negative exact. Now, there's 2 different types of negatives. There's negative exact, which is going to take the customer search term and exactly negate that. So this exact search term cannot be found anymore. But if I add a negative phrase, let's say I take the keyword metal and add it as a negative phrase. That means inside of this campaign, anytime the word metal shows up, Amazon will not show my ad in front of that keyword, no matter how many other keywords are in it. If it says metal pencil sharpener, metal shoebox, like it's not going to show my ad in front of the word metal whatsoever. So be careful with that negative phrase because it can cut back on tons of keywords at a time. Mostly you're going to be working with this negative exact. So go ahead and add it as negative exact and just continue to sort through. So you want to look at high ACoS search terms and also ones that spend a lot of money and didn't make any sales. Like I said, you're going to want to focus on that click limit, but we like to do this in the search term report so we can aggregate wasted ad spend across multiple campaigns all at the same time. But in this way, it's a little bit more manual. It requires going through multiple campaigns. So maybe add this one as a negative as well. Go click add as negative exact. Basically, that's it. It's pretty simple. Just go through each one of them. Now, right now we're looking at the last 65 days. You can't go past this in the search term report. But if you download your search term report every month, say every month on the first of the month, you download last month's report, you can start to add all those reports together so you can see all that data over time. Or you could leverage software. Software is going to add up all that data for you over time so you don't have to manually download the reports. And I have some recommended softwares below if you want some training on some PPC software. There's some amazing tools out there. I made a video recently about Ad Tactic, which is one of my favorite Google Sheets tools on how to optimize your Amazon campaigns fast and very professionally. So basically that's it. I mean, if you're trying to cut back wasted ad spend, there's only so many levers you could pull. You could lower your bids, you could pause campaigns, you could pause targets, and you could add negative keywords. Now, adding negative keywords, in my opinion, is the best thing you could do. It's going to quickly cut back tons of waste for you. Add negative phrase, it's going to do it even quicker. So make sure you're cutting back your wasted ad spend, and this is a process. I recommend you pick a day out of the week, and every single week you go through this process, and you're constantly cutting back wasted ad spend. As you're cutting back your ad spend without cutting back your ad sales, that ACoS is going to lower and be more efficient, allowing you to scale up your advertising and spend more money where it needs to be spent. All right, we've walked through the steps together using proven strategies that stem from my experience running Amazon PPC campaigns. If you found value in this video and you're all about running a tight ship when it comes to your Amazon PPC ad spend, hit that like button, share this video with your network, and subscribe for more actionable Amazon wisdom. So if you have any questions or need a hand with your Amazon PPC campaigns, drop a comment below. I am here to help. I'll see you in the next video.